Yeah, I mean like every time I
Here
like
we go.
rebuild something on Madden. Here, yeah, I'll wait. Go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Select Talent Selection Show Part 2. A little bit of a coach's show as well. We'll see what we can do at the end of this. But we've got about an hour to go through. And next, first item on the list is really just going to be getting these picks in because we do have 26 additional coaches filling out spots number 109 through 134. If anyone who's watching this and you realize you signed up and missed your fourth or number six pick, all apologies, but we gave everyone ample time to do this. We tried. We reached out multiple ways. So if you get this,
How
and
long has it been since we put up the first post? Like the first post, like
oh,
letting people know the application's been up. Like a month?
oh yeah, it's been almost a month, like just under a month for everybody, and I
Yeah,
that's the one I actually put out hard money on.
right.
So I do not feel bad for you guys. I'm sorry, but the show must go on, and we want to get the hardcore people that are going to stick around, and I think that's what we got because I know everyone here knew what teams we were going to be left with. So let's without
We
further.
appreciate everyone that trickled in though
Yeah,
here at the end, of
yeah,
course.
especially even number 134. I don't think you wound up with number 134. But yeah, thank you guys for actually checking your email too. But I digress. Also, anyone watching the stream, you should probably go ahead and like would be preferable, but definitely subscribe because we're going to get a lot of information out on this channel. This is still, we're not even near the beginning. Not even near the beginning. We still have what, 2.5 months, 3 months.
Something like
Oh,
that. Don't say it, man. It'll make it worse.
yeah, it's too late. I'm already there. But let's go through it again. This is gonna be pick, I believe, 109. I think is where we left off.
That's yeah. That definitely sounds right. 109 for sure.
All right, I got two chances of doing this right, but all right. So we are on pace. So next up, we have Sooners fan 8923. He got his stuff into us a little late, but glad you're here. You're first up of this tonight, and you have Old Dominion.
I knew straight off the bat when we were gonna start doing this that there was just going to be some just out of bounds like I've never heard of them
Oh,
like games.
oh yeah. There's going to be a couple of these. So again, that does bring a good point. Before I get to Ninja Be Easy, for everyone here joining tonight, getting your team, we have a coaching carousel that's going to be fastly accelerated compared to real life. And if we want to make sure everyone has that opportunity, if you are doing well, to go ahead and progress and get a team. A couple of factors have to come into play. You have to be either four up of your projected order of conference finish, or also along with that, you need one of the teams that you put in that first form that we filled out. One of those teams in each conference has to go ahead and be on the losing side of that too. So to make sure that that's open. But we've got several ways for you to advance, and we'll just see how it plays out. And we have to make changes. Again, this is just what we came up with the beginning. Hopefully we have everyone in one dynasty to start with and don't have to go into getting it too crazy. But we're prepared, and we want to let you guys know that there is ways. You're probably not stuck here, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But Ninja Be Easy is Charlotte 49ers.
That's funny. I think I think the carousel is gonna set us apart from
Hmm.
almost everybody else, to be honest.
Because even if we have to split it down in between 10 different dynasties, you're still competing and you still have to follow what if you get stuck in the Sun Belt, you still have to know what's happening over in the Big 10
Right,
because
because
your
you're gonna end
team in
up
the Big 10 could open up
right.
and the hot seat's going to be crazy towards the end of the year. We are going to
I
have
think
so much that
I
may be its own show.
that I was just gonna say that I was just actually sitting like the other day on my porch, like sitting there thinking about stuff, and like I was thinking like the hot seat is gonna I feel like we should definitely at some point or another interview every coach that is on the hot seat,
Oh yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah.
Like,
So anyone who is in here, we're going to get you used to YouTube anyway, because we are going to stream all the games. But we're going to try to get more people in our chats here, and definitely going to be making some videos with the hot seat. But let's keep on track. We've got Tyrant 238 with the Cardinals of Ball State. The Ball State Cardinals out of the MAC. Next up on the list, TTV. I'm a snail. Number 17.
interesting. Troy.
The Trojans of Troy down in Alabama.
Interesting.
Next up we have Kingbo 415. Who do you got? Oh, NFL Stadium. The new one
Oh, that's
for the
pretty cool,
Raiders.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty
that's
cool.
that's I would take that as a win, Kingbo. Interesting.
It'd be
And
a lot of fun.
oh yeah.
I'm very, I'm very excited to like if they're really gonna try to nail like the unique atmosphere of each specific place.
See, that would be interesting to see if some place like that is more like if the NFL stadiums are more generic, like just overall from the feel. Like if they can somehow manage to make uh, that stadium, I think Tulane played in the Superdome, make that feel like you're in a big empty place. It would almost be just as cool as going to the big house at Michigan.
Right,
Speaking
of
of
course.
Michigan, we got Wolverines number 0 up next. Um, he's staying in Michigan. Not the Wolverines, but he did get the Chippewas. The Central.
Chippewas.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on it.
Like I just say it, man. I don't make don't yell at me. Someone said I can't wait to smash UNM. Who's that? Who's UNM?
New Mexico.
Oh, thank you. I mean, man, the abbreviations y'all are gonna have to give me a minute, man. It's gonna take
Yeah.
me a second.
No, I see that in the chat. What I've heard, again, rumors, and I don't trust rumors. They may add FCS schools. That would be an interesting thing for next year. That would be a way for us to open up a lot in college football 26. Have to recruit another 100 something plus people, but if they have all of FCS in there as well, that would be interesting to see how coaches can go back and forth. Well, then at that point, do you want to take Jackson State or do you want to take Miami of Ohio? You can see that going both ways. And we got TTV flanker. Speaking of Miami of Ohio,
Okay.
the Red Hawks. Actually, not terribly far from where I live. Over in the MAC. Um, let's see.
Lane Frost. Wasn't that dude in that one boxing game? Ivan Frost. Someone
Uh,
makes him.
you definitely, Lane. You definitely sound like a Mike Tyson Punch Out character. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And now you get your wish, Kingbo. You get your wish. You get New Mexico with Lane Frost. Brian Solomon, Cece as Miami of Ohio.
Really good to see like 16 people in here to like actually know what team they're end up going to be having
Oh
this year.
yeah. Oh, this
We
is the
really
best
appreciate
part.
it, guys.
So like, I feel bad for you guys not getting this out late. I wish you would have signed up on day one because I've been able to look up my team and oh man, we're gonna have to introduce you to this guy. I didn't know
Wheaton.
Kamar Wheaton, 5-star that wound up at Alabama and transferred in. Consensus 5-star. That's what I got on deck. But let's see.
Back up the Brinks truck for him, man. Come on.
Oh, you know they did. You know they did. I got NILU. But we got King Sid number 9. Northern Illinois. I want. Yeah. I'm even drawing a blank on that one. Northern Illinois. I think. I know.
There's a Northern Illinois. No, I'm just kidding.
Salukis. Well, King said you got some homework to do as well, but you got Northern Illinois. a lot of people didn't go all the way down. We had some people that I could tell when we were running these. You just went in alphabetical order after a certain point. So,
Whatever.
but yeah, no
At this
worries.
point, it's a little unfortunate that. I mean, you know
Uh,
what?
no
At least
worries.
you did it.
Yeah, that's more than we can say for the other 70 people. We have 200 people that signed up, and only 134 actually filled out the form. So we
Hey,
do
that's
thank
dope.
you again. But this kid, Sid, number 91, Northwestern. Northwestern may or may not have a stadium in this game. It's going to be interesting because they are they're building a new stadium on campus, and they're tearing down the old one. So it may actually be like the coolest because they're putting it down right on the lakefront. I don't know if anyone here has been to Chicago, but it's up in Evanston. They may not have a stadium, but so you might actually have one of like the real cool venues. Like they're going to talk about putting up like some golf terrace where they just like put in temporary seating, like get 15,000 people. It's going to be wild, but
Sounds like Woodstock.
yeah, and then also you get to face teams like Michigan and Ohio State coming in there. That should be interesting. But that kid Sid with the Wildcats of Northwestern. Up next, go get a boy. It's not go get a
That,
ZP. It's not go get a ZP. I checked
uh,
for any of you who select talent faithful. No, we would love to get go get in here, but unfortunately, go get a. You have the Owls. Who? The Owls of Florida Atlantic.
Someone said, "Dang, why they hating? I wanted Northern Illinois." I don't know if he's trolling or if he's
Oh, I wasn't
serious.
hating. This is just how it came out because we took basically I on that form I would go through everyone's picks and pick the highest one that was left. So, but next up we have Bum Sauce, the Wake
Wake
Forest
Forest.
ACC Demon
They have a
Deacons.
pretty decent color scheme though.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with black and gold. There's a couple. There's a couple. Like notice just visually when I was putting this together, a lot of the teams tonight are red, like maroon off red. It's just interesting if you want to just keep following that along. But Bum Sauce with Wake Forest. Up next, you want to poo carry away?
Caraway?
Pukar away.
Caraway? We'll just call you 28.
All right, let's go poo.
Oh God. Hey,
You've got Fresno State, the Bulldogs. I should have put a little green V in there for you too. Hey, Paul George. Up next, Carrington, 25. Who?
Temple.
The Owls.
So like
Um,
that'll definitely be a fun rebuild. Definitely.
I mean, I think they get an NFL stadium too. I think I forgot about them when I was giving them an NFL stadium, but I do believe they play at Lincoln Financial. I won't ever schedule a road game there. I see enough of the Eagles. Uh,
I wonder if they're gonna do like past stadiums and like let you do retro stadiums or whatever the case is.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I definitely want retro unis. Like go. I
At
want all
least
the options.
I hope they at least
I
have
want
the
all the options. But Skittles, Georgia State. That's an interesting stadium. That's the former Olympic Stadium. Michael Johnson, go Bears. Won the
What was it?
200 and the 4.
Delaware is moving to FBS this year, right?
They're not, as far as I know, it's going to be the following year.
Okay.
That wasn't on any list that I saw. But yeah, we do have Skittles with Georgia State. Next up, the Devonator. Devonator 3000.
Oh, Blue Buff.
Staying
San
out
Diego State.
west with San Diego State, the Aztecs. That was actually like that was my next pick
I was
on
gonna
my
say, I
list.
thought I remember hearing San Diego State somewhere like when we were
Yeah.
actually doing the draft like a week or so ago or
Yeah,
whatever.
I had him. I had him high. I had him high. That's actually not a bad
I
pickup. Um, the reason for it because with the way realignment works, I'm going to say if USC and UCLA both have bad years in the Big Ten, start getting beaten up on, San Diego State could steal a whole lot of recruits from Southern Cal. A whole lot. If you can own LA from San Diego, ooh, that's a good pick.
That's cool.
That's how I was seeing it. I had that. I also had really high on Florida Atlantic. I think that was 8 and 9 for me. But next up, we've got one pump. Jaguars, USA, Southern
South
Alabama.
Alabama. At le- the very least, you got a team in Bama country, so
Yep, I'm pretty sure they're like built-in rivals with Troy.
that's cool. Ambitious Ost.
Okay.
That's great. I'm glad that someone popped up with Xbox. It's an awesome thing to bring up. Do it at your own risk. If
Yep.
it's cross-platform, that's great. That's awesome. We really don't have to worry about it. It's not going to matter whether you're Xbox or PS5. But if you sign up in your Xbox, just know you are taking the risk.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
we are like 95%. I think there may be one or two other Xbox users, but I want to say we would if it's split, then we're going to have to go PlayStation because that's how we started. But being ambitious, joining the league,
UMass.
he called it. He called it in the Discord server. Pretty sure he did.
Okay, that's cool. Speaking of that, if you haven't gotten a Discord invite yet, I think we're at like maybe 80, 85 people in there.
Can we?
So
Can I toss that up in the chat here? Is that a thing?
yeah, yeah, you can.
All
Yeah.
right, well, give me just a second. I'm going to try to do that and not break this stream.
Actually, I no, I got it. Keep going. I got it. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. Doc Bar, Diego. Uh, Kingbo, New Mexico State was taken early. It was taken originally. I had to double check. Doc Bar, Diego. I've got a road game out in Nevada. I'm going to see you on the field. But Doc Bar, Diego, Nevada. Wolfpack. Run with the pack. Here you go, Bimble. The Muffin Man.
Man, the
Can the
Muffin
Muffin
Man.
Man? Can the Muffin Man?
Do you?
The Muffin Man either can or the Muffin Man can't. We're going to find out.
He can. He
He,
can.
he can? He can? All right.
Louisiana. I put the Discord link in the chat, so anyone that doesn't have the Discord link yet, and you have a team, or you haven't heard your team yet, you will have a team. You know you're going to have a team. Join it. Change your nickname to your team, and in the coming weeks here, when we finally have everyone in there or close to it, I'm going to start putting everybody in their own specific conferences and threads, and it'll be a lot more simplified, and you'll kind of know where you stand within your conference and non-conference games and everything in between. So,
Yeah, and we're going to have this for this since we're finished, we're going to have this go up live. It's on a Google Slides. We'll have that available for everybody. So if you just need to scroll through, see who you're playing, we'll have that.
sick.
We're gonna put out some more. We still want to build up our recruiting for the wait list, just in case anyone has something come up. So we're gonna basically put out a bunch. So you're gonna see like graphics come out with every coach per conference, with coach team, and we'll have a bunch of that. We're gonna start feeding the machine here shortly. But next up on the list, Turbo Monster. Ooh, Warhawks.
Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, not the Raging Cajuns. This is the Warhawks Duck Dynasty. That's all I can think of. I think that's
Anyone?
yeah, that's their team.
That's hilarious.
They're from Monroe, Louisiana. Sorry, that's one of the
Oh,
things
okay. I watched that show when it was coming out. I
yeah.
don't remember. It was pretty decent. It was pretty cool. You know, a little
Mhm.
pocket of time.
Yeah, also that was right when they played. They had a home and home scheduled with Baylor, so I got to watch them get proverbially stomped by Art Briles. Oh, giggity.
Come on, bro. What are we doing here? I was just with my cousin
Whoa,
watching.
there we go.
Oh, Rice. Wow. And we were watching the big event for uh what was it, UFC yesterday?
Uh huh.
And that one scene where Quagmire finally finds internet porn and he like walks out and puts his arm up and then looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger on one side.
All right, Quagmire. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Rice because I know that's something. Unless you're from Texas, you might not. Really have to be a college football fan to know about this. But look up the Rice Mob. It's their band. It's not big, but they do all kinds of things. They've had. You can see a clip of somebody from A&M charging at them with a sword. It's the Rice Mob is the pranksters, and they take it to the extreme. But definitely look that up. Um, Again, next up we have It's Fan Suite. The Cowboys of Wyoming. Yeehaw!
I don't know if it'll let me. It
I'll
says
try
right
it from my
now.
end. I'll try from my
Yeah,
end.
you might have to because I might not be able to media share.
Let's see.
I wonder how quickly. I don't know. It's gonna be super interesting to me because I saw Phil talking about in the chat how he's super excited about like having 134 people all in one dynasty, and I think that's interesting to think about because it might like there might be certain groups of people who only like congregate or talk to
There you
other
go.
certain groups of people.
That hit it. I just put it actually into the chat. It's
Let me
not in the
see.
description. It's just in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's perfect. That works. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. No. If we have 134 people in one dynasty, I don't even want to think about how much anger is going to be brought about by recruiting. I don't even want to think about it. I'm just waiting until it happens. That's gonna be oh, that's what's gonna start threads, and that you thought we got mad at 2K. Oh
Probably
no,
gonna have to put like some
oh
sort of toxicity
no,
clause or something in there maybe at
yeah,
some point.
yeah. People are gonna get mad, especially you drop in and why does Bama need that three-star wide receiver? Why? Why? I've spent 6 months in the game recruiting this guy since he was
Yeah.
a freshman in high school, and then they just come in and drop him, 2 million NIL.
Wow.
Oh, just I don't even know. We're just gonna get to that when it gets to that. But rest assured, we will be getting these as quickly as possible. Now, next up, I think we only have like
Longhorn.
three left. Uh, Muffin Man. I think that was the Raging Cage. No, not the Raging Cajuns. Louisiana Monroe. Either you were either
Warhawks,
you were
right?
either the Raging Cajuns at Louisiana. That was UL Louisiana Lafayette. I should have made that distinction. And then Louisiana Monroe is UL. Yeah, just I saw that come up in the chat. But Texas Longhorn number 5. The University of Texas, El Paso. You're close. You're close. But
It's same by
it's
the
different.
different.
It's just I'm pretty sure you were thinking of UT Austin, but you got El Paso. Also in the University of Texas system, I actually watched my college. I played D3 basketball, and we played in conference with UT Dallas, who doesn't have a football team, and there's another UT football team coming on, UT Permian Basin, but that's not. I think they're going to go D2, but I digress. Next up, Ellenson, San Jose State, the Spartans. They're actually having stadium renovations too. I think I caught part of a game. And don't remember who was playing there, but just happened to see it this last year. And then, last but definitely not least, the official Brock Purdy Award, and we're gonna get you the Brock
Yep.
Purdy Award. Be more goat, number
Mr.
9.
Irrelevant, huh?
I wasn't gonna say that. We're just gonna call it the Brock Purdy Award. He, he at least made it to the Super Bowl. Um, because I did this. There's no place like Dome. There's no place like Dome.
Oh Lord.
The Alamo Dome, University of Texas at San Antonio.
Rounded out with two Texas teams, huh?
Alphabetical order, the ones that the U's that no one knew about. I can understand how they drop down.
Right.
But anyone in the chat have any questions? I'll be happy to answer anything while you got us here. And it looks like we've got stuff popping in with Discord as well. Um,
James McNeil, Syracuse, Tyrone Davis. I'm looking at the people that have signed recently for the Bulls through the NIL or just through recruiting in general.
yeah. So that's one thing I would do for everyone who got a team tonight. Um, yeah, actually, it is. They're not bad. They beat Baylor last year. They really did. Um, but that completely had me lose track because you just brought back painful memories. Uh,
What to do with the new team that you got finally?
oh yeah, just go ahead and research. If you don't know who they are, like we've had, I want to say it's probably a 50-50 mix. Some people got their teams. I don't think many people had to go that far down. I did have somebody go all the way down today. But generally speaking, most everybody in the league got a pick within the top 10. Their top 10 picks. Some dropped down around 30, 40, but that was only like two. And there are only really about, like, I want to say 10 people in total that went over 20. So, again, there's just so many options, so many locations, so many teams. So, that's where we are. That wraps it up. We are good to go.
That's
Again,
fantastic. I mean,
let's see.
I hope everyone, if they didn't get a team they didn't want or whatever the case was, I hope they know that like it's all like there's 134 people. Someone above you is going to play poorly. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, just play it out, man. Don't just quit after two losses. We all know it's college. We all know the idiosyncrasies about losing, the way that all the bids work and everything, but like, just play it out. Don't ruin the league for everyone else with a whole bunch of turnover. That's the only thing I would have to say.
But yeah, that was just switch into the coaches show. I don't know if I had any real pressing questions from anyone.
Let me check the Discord real quick.
Good luck and have fun, coaches. Um, but yeah, just learn your team, learn your offense. Um, again, there are a lot of different ways to play the game. And we don't know enough about the game. May is going to be interesting when they finally do drop more news. That's when we're really going to start getting amped up. But at this point, I am just ready for July. But in the meantime, we do have some work that we're doing in the back of house here at Select Talent. We've got we're gonna have it set where you just go onto the Select Talent Google Drive, and we're gonna give everybody read access to it, so you can go through each conference. If you see who you're gonna play next, we're gonna have it pretty simplified for entering stats. We're just gonna have that go to each individual team's gonna have their run sheet basically, so you can pull up stats per team, and then we'll be able to track your offense, your defense through that. Again, honor system. We're just going to have everybody enter in their own stats. We're going to have everything's going to be recorded live, so even at the end of the game when it goes through cutscenes, that's about the only thing I can think of. Until we get the game, we won't have any specific instructions, but generally just let it play out so we can get those highlights on the back end as quickly as possible. If anyone here, we have about 5 people that we have that have reached out, even one person that's not a coach in Select Talent, but with that, if anyone wants to help out and cut up videos, if you have any practice with it, is something you think you can do, reach out to Rice or myself, and the more help, the merrier. Because right now, if we got 5 people, that's still about 20 games a piece. Uh,
Ow.
yeah, yeah. So help us help
That's what
you.
that means.
Yeah,
And
it's
also, I think we might also try to maybe like sneak in like maybe putting like a screenshot or something at the end of the game, like in like the stats mode
Oh
also.
yeah, no, we want to blow it up. We're going to I fully expect after talking with Anthony that they're going to have at least his goal is higher than what I would expect. But I would expect it over 100,000 people to be in that group by the time launch starts. And I know that's where
Right.
most people found us. If it's I'm going to put a link to that here on our
Go
channel
check out
too.
his content too, bro. He
Yeah,
be
he's a
bro,
solid writer. Yeah,
he be sitting there and like it's not like my cup of tea just because like I'm just not like I used to watch like the career sims and all that stuff like that, but like he really be sitting down and like writing full stories and everything, and like he
he's
really
got
be putting
character
a lot of work
development.
into it.
Yeah.
Like if it's something that's like on your level of like if you enjoy that type of stuff, like definitely go check him out. I see him be posting stuff all the time, man.
hmm Yeah, he had again a little bit of a setback. His give up Paris for his son, who's in a pretty bad
Of
wreck.
course, yeah, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So yeah, Anthony,
Well
we're
wishes, man.
we were sorry to hear that, and help you out as best we can. But we're gonna do our part, help you grow that page because we're gonna put a lot of exclusive content on there, as well as on here. So if you're still watching, I see we got 11 people here in this stream. Still got some time. It's not an overly long one today. We weren't really as prepared as normal.
What
Uh,
do you think? So I did have one question
yeah,
written down actually, or one thing. As far as like, do you want the coaches show like what we're doing right now? Do you want the coaches show to morph into like just coverage of the games, or is there gonna be a highlight show where we do like cover the highlights, do a top 10, whatever the case is, and then do like the hot seat interview all in the same video and have that be like a separate entity as opposed to what we do for the coaches show?
for the coaches show, once the season starts, the coaches show may not be live. Like what we may do is we may film it in segments just for everybody at home. So, if we may not cover every game. Like watch Sports Center, you're not going to see
You're not gonna see right.
every game. But if
You're not
there's
gonna
a
see
if
Louisiana Monroe. Like
if
I don't.
if there was a massive we're going to try to feature at least one conference game. Especially when we start running conferences, we're going to try to cover at least one conference game, give you a minute or two to do a quick rundown, couple of highlights. Again, separate from that, we're going to have all the highlights cut up and put into a video, and then we're going to have that probably as a short, just going up. I want every score and every turnover. We're going to just quick content, something to follow along. But
Right.
other than that, for the longer stuff we go through. I've got a bunch of people who've already reached out, so they don't mind getting on the mic. So we may break that down to conference. So you may have a two-person team like Bryce and myself covering a game. If you're out on either the Mountain West or Pac-7, then you may have a different crew calling cutting up your highlights and going over
Right.
that, and then just going spot to spot to spot. Then the way I view it is more just an overall hour-long TV show that we have cut up. Basically, that's generally a television show is about 22 minutes for a
Right.
30-minute time block with ads and such. So we're looking about an hour and a half highlight show per week if we can cut it down to 1 hour of actual time thereabouts. You get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So we're gonna definitely want to have content up there, and then we can even split that up, and then so you'll have the whole coaches show, you'll have the highlights show, you'll have I don't know how you would call it, the hot seat slash recruiting, the off the field show. We'll come up with a name,
We'll think about it. Right.
but you get
Also,
the idea. That's how I break it
right.
down. Live
And
games, recruiting.
my second question was also, um, how do you want to do the coaches interview? Because like that, I'm thinking that could also be like
Golf.
quick format as well.
Gata, that's exactly college game day style is what we're talking about. I just couldn't pin it
Of
down.
course.
Yeah. Sorry, that just completely threw me off.
No, you're okay. No, but I was just talking about the coaches interviews.
hmm
Like like what do you plan on? Like when we had um our last guest, what was his
That's Drew.
handle? Yeah,
Yeah,
Drew.
Drew.
I knew his name. I didn't know his handle.
I'd have to look it up. I know he's BC. Like you'll start to know.
Okay, right, right, right,
I
right,
just
right,
know he's
right.
Boston
Boston College.
College.
Like he had some like nice insight for like what he was gonna do with his team, and like I
Hmm.
think like that clip, like a clip from that coach's show, could be used as like a small format type of
Yeah,
content,
and that's what.
like to introduce the coaches to the people.
And I want to do that. One thing I'm going to do is we want to have that recorded and put up for everybody. So every other people can see what you're trying to do. I mean, you don't have to go into details. Like I'm gonna run Turbo One
All right, I'm gonna
RPO
stack
with
a bunch of running backs and just like
yeah, yeah.
build a
But
pistol. Like
you
I
you
don't like
know
no, I don't. You ain't
you
gotta be
know.
super specific, but
But
like, well, if
learn your
our
personnel. Looking at
right,
you,
but
Kamar.
like
Kamar, I you don't. This is what I do not like about having real players in the game. I can get mad at Kamar.
of course.
Oh, I didn't think about that till just now. Like, oh man, thank you for blowing that for that fumble late in the fourth quarter as I jump on somebody's Instagram. It's like 20
Oh
years old.
Lord.
Oh, it's gonna happen. If it's not me, somebody else is gonna do it first.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. So what I was thinking about the coaches' interviews, it may even be something where you just send in audio clips where if you can't get to if you can do it by video, that's fine, and we could just have we're going to ask the same questions of everybody, so everybody just sends in an email with 3 audio clips. We can do it that way and just take care of the
Can
rest.
we do like a like a Dropbox forum where they just put in like either their audio or video clip?
Yeah, we
I'm
can do
just I'm
something.
I'm just
We could do
thinking.
something. We again, that's something we'll have ironed out. That's again 2 months away because I want to give everybody at least a chance to. We have to know the ratings. You have to have a little better idea of what
A
you're
little bit
coming up
better
with.
idea,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the recruitments and the signings and stuff is all cool and like fodder to talk about and fun, but like in reality, like I don't know how they're gonna. How do you like? I know like rookies in Madden, like unless you're like a top dude, like you're not gonna get above like a 73,
yeah, like
70.
yeah. So
So like college, is it gonna be like 50 or like 45?
no, it's not.
Like,
It's not going to be on the same scale. Oh, anyone here, by all means, if you have any type of gaming PC, I 100% recommend, and Drew threw this out to me last week, get college football revamped. If you could toss it up, if you have a gaming PC, there's ways to do it. I'm not going to tell you how. I have a couple of copies of the game lying around of NCAA 14, but there are ways to run college football revamped. It actually looks better on my big screen than NCAA 14 did, and it's not up to date rosters, but you can see people you're going to be playing with. Uh, and just go back and
they have
start watching your film. Start watching your own film. Watch the film of the team you've got next. Not necessarily the team you have next, but the coordinator of the team you're playing next.
right.
So, and just start homework. I think my first coach is on here. Where are you?
My coach actually just announced, like, because the Bulls actually just signed like a new like offensive coordinator this offseason, and he actually just announced in an interview he did probably a week ago, I think.
Uh,
In between the second coach's show and this one, he talked about how he's going to be doing a spread now, like a spread offense, which is perfect for me because anytime I end up doing any type of rebuild in Madden, I always end up kind of shifting that way a little bit, like spread offense, kind of spread everyone out, make them kind of choose their poison.
Here you go. This is for I know it was asked which Louisiana. It's this one. The Raging Cajuns. Oh, they call it the Cajun Dome. It's not a dome, but I kind of dig it.
You got anything else?
I
Ready to
don't. Just long week. Big things are
I
happening
feel it,
for me
brother.
personally,
I
and
mean, the biggest thing we can talk about is homework, homework, homework. Make sure you set up the streaming stuff. It's not that hard, especially if you have a PS5 or an Xbox. You can stream right from it. That's what I do. SSP card breaks. Like,
mhm.
it's not super hard. Like, just that's the biggest thing I can. And another thing is just be ready for the grind, man. Another thing I'll tell you. I'm using the Bulls. Like they're a Division 1 school, but
Yeah,
eh.
yeah. So going back to that, the reason everyone's playing, I don't have a prototype yet. I need to talk to Ryan about that. We need to get something made. I want one. Um, we may run some merch eventually, but we're gonna see if we can't get this channel monetized first. Hopefully, we can just do everything that way. But
That'd be
one thing
fantastic.
because we want to get you guys stuff. Like I don't want to take money for it. I just want to pass it all along. So I want to get to the champions of each conference. We want to get a jersey. We're gonna stand on that.
That's gonna be awesome. I think that'll make things a little bit more authentic and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make us a little bit different.
Nice.
Let me kill
Exceed
this.
the expectation.
Nope, that was the wrong one. That was you.
I think it would be crazy to be able to get like the college that you have, like their little patch on there or something as well.
No, that's what I was gonna. I was going to see what I want to talk to Ryan about. And Ryan, if you're watching this, let me know if this is a thing you can do. I wanna get the select talent colors you see up here.
Yeah.
But I want every jersey to select talent colors. But I also want like your sleeves. You know, like if
Yeah.
Buffalo has it, Buffalo's jersey is not going to look like SMU's.
Right. Of
And then
course.
just get your jersey with a patch with your team and then champions. The actual patch. Like I want these to be nice. And then
That'd be amazing.
one for select talent as well. Just for if you win the whole thing, you win the tournament, you win.
Right.
We may have a working on a couple of other ideas. Let me know in Discord what you think about this. Instead of relying on bowl games, I'm thinking two additional tournaments from the Select Talent Championship. Think of one like the NIT,
Hmm.
and then I don't know what the name for this is. And if you guys do not want to participate in it, I'm fine, but this would be another jersey to go out. Last place. Like if there are 0 win teams, the 0 and 1 win teams, you gotta do it.
That's funny.
Like
I
I
don't know
want
if
the
people.
like
I
the
mean, they might
if
want it. They
if
might
if you
find it
want
interesting.
yeah, it's just another like it'll be small. I can see no more than 8 teams. We just pick the worst teams
Worst of the
from
worst.
give them a chance to fight it out. And give you some type of reward. If you're gonna fight, if you're gonna grind out, if you're gonna play, we have to if you're gonna play all your games and you suffered through a losing season, we want to give you a shot to play against similar competition and just go at it again for another prize. But that's about all I've got news wise. We
Yeah,
just
man.
have a lot of work
House
to
cleaning
do.
stuff.
We just got a lot of work to
Everyone has
do.
their. No.
Um, well, yeah, just start learning, and if you need help with getting set up on YouTube, go ahead and start working that out. And I don't know how that works with an Xbox. You gotta you're gonna have to work on that.
I think you just link it. It's not super
I don't
difficult. Your
I don't
settings
know.
on your
I know
account.
it's really simple on PlayStation. I know it's
It
native
is.
there.
It is. It's
So
unbelievably simple.
if you can't figure it out, reach out to somebody or just Google it. It's easy.
There's that.
There is always that. They probably could do a better job than I could of making a tutorial
Definitely.
video. I do those for work, and they are incredibly bad. Yeah.
I hope no one ever finds those.
Oh yeah. I keep them hidden, but if they ever leak, you'll know the ones I did. But anyway, have a good night, guys. I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream and.